of Afro Scientific Spirituality. My name is Raymond West. If this is your first time on the channel, you are highly welcome. This is the place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, we'd like to talk about a very important topic, which is on how to improve or to make Africa better, or how to make Africa free from the shackles of Western colonization, as in neo-colonialism. This is a very important and fundamental topic in this time and day. We, as African people, people of African descent, people from the motherland, we know our situation. We know that we are right now currently at the bottom of the ladder, of the table in the scheme of things. And why is this so? Because some people deliberately decided to put us there. Some people that claim to be our best friends, some people as in the Caucasian race, let me just say it, these white people, these thieves from Europe, these people that call themselves NATO, America, NATO, Western world, France, Britain, Italy, Rome, all these criminals from Europe, they are the ones that put us in this dish. If you are from Africa, you will know the whole story. We know about colonization. We know about the Berlin Conference. We know all the shady things they are doing to us in Africa. How they are trying to micromanage our economy, our political, economic future. We know all these things. We know what they are doing to us, how they claim to be helping us. What they are interested in is in stealing our natural resources from morning till night, how they have been able to set up World Bank, IMF, World Health Organization, UNICEF, all these organizations they claim to be helping African people, which is actually destroying African people and putting us in penury, misery, and a situation of hopelessness. Now that we know all these things, now that we know that they are actually the ones controlling our government, controlling African Union, controlling ECOWAS, controlling CAO, we know all these things. How do we free ourselves from these people? From what you can see now, it's like they have sort of instilled themselves, this puppet government, these puppet presidents, leaders all over Africa that do their will, do their bidding. And you can see that a lot of people are actually tired of this status quo. A lot of people in Africa want change. We are tired of seeing governments that we say this is democracy. Democracy that you vote, you didn't vote, that we install somebody there. They say it's a democratic president. The president, you didn't even vote for him. People did not vote for him. We have a clear case of the one in Nigeria, whereby we have a criminal, somebody with so many criminal records and liabilities currently ruling us. Western leaders, they say in this democracy. We see the kind of thing that is happening in Cameroon when somebody have been there for over 40 years. No Western government have called that also a dictator. Somebody have been ruling the country for more than 40 years. No Western government have called, no Western president, America, Macron, they have not called that man a dictator because he's giving all his natural resources to Western world. Can you see the hypocrisy in this? Can you see the kind of hypocrisy? When Gaddafi was there, it was not up to 40 years. They are calling me the dictator because he was a wise man. He loved his country and he put his interest of his people at the first place in his mind. But when you see somebody that is ready to sell out his people, he's not a dictator. We see this kind of things. We are tired of these Western people. We are tired of these rats, these white trashes trying to come into our life. All they care about is stealing from us for money tonight. These Caucasian Neanderthals. Now that we know all these bad things they are doing to us, we see people are trying to rise up and change this government. We see the uprising in Mali, in Niger, in Gabon. We see all these things happen. People are tired of this so-called Western democracy that is practically doing nothing for them. And we want change. Well, this change, to be honest, the way the system is set up, it's not going to come by peaceful march. It's not going to come by negotiating with them. It's not going to come by begging. It's going to come by people actually taking action. people actually moving forward, removing this scourge. It will come anyhow I want to come. So for those people saying that school is bad, I don't see anything wrong with changing a government that is very detrimental to the life and health of their people. I don't see anything wrong in doing that. For me, I believe that it is the height of stupidity or of irresponsibility to be responsible to a government that is totally irresponsible towards you. We as humans, we have a duty to survive. We have a right to life. If you find yourself in any situation that is trying to bring death to you, you should reject that situation. Any situation or any government that is trying to spread misery, sorrow to you, you people have to rise and change that government. There's nothing wrong with it. This is the way lives work. If you don't change it, you will die. So when you see people telling that you should not fight for your rights, you should just remain in one place and let them step over you, that person is not your friend. That person is your total enemy, especially when that person is not talking about your case, is not doing anything to move your situation forward. Then one person will just come from one place and say, we have to respect rule of law. We know how these Western governments are installing terrorists, bandits in any country. They have natural resources in Africa to be causing and fermenting problems there while they are stealing the resources. Now that we know all this, we see what is happening in Congo. We see what is currently happening with Nigeria, with so many bandits just automatically coming from everywhere. We see what is happening in the Sahel, in the Maghreb, in the whole of Africa. How come these military bases are popping up everywhere, fighting terrorists, and the terrorists is getting stronger every day? It is the Western governments that is putting these terrorists in Africa. Same thing they did in Syria, same thing they did in Afghanistan, same thing they are doing everywhere, funding terrorists. Same thing they are currently doing in Ukraine, funding neo-Nazi terrorists to fight Russia. We know their game plan, we know their format. Now that you know all these things, what can you do as an African? This is a simple question. There are things you can do. Very simple things. Now that you know your enemies and you know your foes, how can we make Africa grow? If we wait for our governments, the same puppet governments, to kick the same, it's not going to work. It is not going to work. But we as a collective, we can change our awareness. There are many simple things we can do that will empower our people, that will move our people forward. And these are some of them. They say that you can't, I have always said this, you can't change the world. But if you change yourself, your world will surely change. And there are many simple things you can do. The first thing you can do as an African person of African descent from any part of the world you are in is to support Black businesses. We make a major mistake as Black people. We are making a very major mistake that is still putting us in the hole we are in. They say anybody can put you in a hole. It's your choice if you choose to stay there. Why are we still remaining in this hole, in this quagmire we are in? It is due to lack of knowledge and lack of wisdom and lack of application. What we need to be doing is that if you look at the world today, the same people that are doing all this evil to us, the same people that are claiming that they are the most civilized people in the world, they have the best plan or the master plan to move us to a glory future, and they don't have the plan is to move us to a desolate future. We Black people make a lot of mistakes. We patronize them. What you find out in the world is that they have created a monetary system based on economy, based on this thing they call money, and money is power. I argue sometimes with some people that money is the greatest power now in the physical world. Without money, you can actually do little or next to nothing. What they are using against the African race is this power of economy, of money, of putting us in debt, using loans to put us in debt. You as an individual, for you to be able to support Africa, you have to do your best to patronize African businesses as much as possible. You must support Black businesses. Now we see a lot of Africans, even Pan-African people saying Africa must be free, Africa must be free. But when you go to their house, you will not see one single product from Africa. One single product. These people don't have it. From clothes to even what they eat, they don't buy anything from Africa. They don't support any single African business. Even their phones, their cars, every single thing, nothing is from Africa. Nothing, not one thing. So, meaning all the money they are making, you're giving it to the oppressor, you're giving it to the Europeans, you're sending it to Europe. Why will Europe not be rich? Why will the people that are oppressing you not be rich? And why will they not have more money to oppress you? Whereby you are the ones that is giving them the power to oppress you. You are the ones that is fueling their evil or financing their racist mentality towards you. This is a major problem. If you look all cultures or people in the world today, let's take the Jews for example. These so-called Jews that call themselves people of God, the first people that wrote this Bible, a lot of black people are dying after. You will find out that these people are very, I would like to say, tribalistic or nationalistic or even racist. You don't see them spending their money outside their community. You will never see a Jewish person dash you money for free. Anytime these people want to spend money, they use the money to put you in bondage. It is anytime they spend their money, it is to further their own interests. A lot of people in the world today, a lot of tribes, they are like this. A lot of races, they are like this. Only the black race are the ones that give their money away. You travel the way I travel, you never see any white person going to eat in African restaurants. You never see a white man come. You never see a Chinese man going to eat in an African restaurant. You never ever see a Jewish man go to eat in an African restaurant. But you will see Africans in every other restaurant eating, doing things. You see them shopping, buying foreign goods, giving their money away. Your money, which is your power, your money, which is your strength. We don't know how to use it. A lot of people will be complaining, Africa must be free, Africa must be. I have so many black friends that don't give a rat ass about anything from Africa. They look everything from Africa as inferior. Even when you buy made in Nigeria product, people laugh at you. It's only these recent days that people are trying to, due to the harsh economy, they are trying to patronize made in Nigeria products. 5-10 years back, people see made in Nigeria products as inferior products. They will say, if there will be people laughing at you that you are using made in Nigeria products, you don't have enough money, you are a poor person. That's why you are using it. If you are rich, you will buy foreign products. This mentality needs to change. For Africa to really grow, we need to be patronizing our own products. Whether it is fake or not, we must patronize it. It will be better. When China started their manufacturing revolution, they didn't get up. They started from somewhere. When they started, they didn't really know how to do things. They were producing a lot of fake products. A lot of products that broke down very easily, and people were laughing. Made in China, anything made in China is fake. But today, they have improved the quality of their services. They have improved the quality of their delivery. People now order made in China because they know that the quality is very high, and it's more than the quality of those even made in Europe. Everybody now buy made in China. They didn't start one day to become the best. They started small. They started doing. They say practice makes perfect. They started from somewhere. So we African people, we have to be patient with ourselves, and we have to support our businesses. If we don't support that man that is doing that product you're laughing is substandard, he will not even have enough money to make it better. We have a lot of things that is affecting us as African people. So we must have patience with ourselves, and we must support our businesses, meaning a good part or portion, at least some certain portion of the money we are making should be spent on made in African products. Okay, so that our business can grow. If we don't patronize our own businesses, who will patronize them? Is it the white people that are planning to kill the business, or is it Chinese people, Asian people? It is only we that can make ourselves grow. So we must start encouraging the patronage of our businesses. I see this a lot, this thing, when I started African Spirituality. When I started this channel, I didn't know how this channel is going to grow. I didn't even have any idea about YouTube. I just think that you're just going to put videos there. YouTube will start paying you. It will run by itself. Little did I know that it is much more than that. YouTube does not pay anything. They pay peanuts. So how do I solve this problem? I start putting my own money. When I put my own money, I see that it's draining my resources. I ask people for help. I was not ashamed. I say, can you people will start paying for certain services? I cannot do everything for free. This thing needs support. And so far, some people rise up to the occasion. They started supporting me. People start patronizing me, paying for my classes. And I was able to use that to stay afloat. And so far, you can see the improvement, the quality, the delivery. The Shani have not taken shape now. If people did not support me, do you think I would have been able to reach this level? When I started that very time, if you look at some of my old videos, you're going to laugh. If people didn't support me, will I be able to do many of the things I am doing now? So we must have patience with ourselves. For those of our brothers living abroad, when they see anything African, they have already been brainwashed to see it as inferior. We must change that mentality. Yes, we will not be up to standard. We are lacking many things. We are being oppressed. Even right now, so many things is still happening. But I still need to come online. People still need to do what they need to do. So supporting black businesses is the first step. This one, you don't need to wait for governments. It is you as an individual. Many of you that are complaining about Africa, Africa needs to grow, Africa needs to do this. What are we actually doing? They say the best way to do something is to do it by yourself. You don't need to wait for the government. You don't need to wait for me. You don't need to wait for anybody, please. Start doing something today. Find any African business around you. Find a way to be supporting them. Find a way to be patronizing them. Create a budget for them to be supporting. Okay, I will be buying this thing from this business so that it will not close, so that it will expand. I will be promoting this product. It can be clothes, it can be activities, it can be item, anything you can do. Try to support an African business today. For those people supporting me, I thank you very much. You are helping African spirituality to grow and develop. If not for your help and your understanding, maybe I would have closed. So we must support each other. I support other businesses too. Please, we should know this thing. We don't need to be complaining all the time that this is waiting for anybody. There are things we can do. We must support black businesses. Meaning, if there's two businesses doing the same thing, we should make sure that we go to the black shop first to see what we can get from there. That should be our first choice, whether it is substandard product or not. We must focus there first. When we see what we can do there, if we cannot get any item from there, before we even think of going to another place. This is the mentality, and we must be proud of focusing on our business. Even if it's substandard, we must still love it. We must encourage the person. We must appreciate the person. We must support. We must show our support to the person so that they will keep on doing what they are doing, so that they will not go out of, they will not die, they will not close up. This is the way we need to be thinking, and we must encourage others to think the same way. If we can be supporting each other like this, our group economies will be growing. We will not be looking down on each other. We will not be thinking of competing with each other. We'll be thinking of collaborating. A lot of black people now, all they think about is competing, how to wear the most expensive designers. See, I am wearing Gucci, wearing Louis Vuitton. You cannot buy Louis Vuitton. I spend all my money buying expensive clothes. People will think I'm rich. All those clothes, designer clothes you are buying, you are giving all your money to Europe. And yet you're complaining of white supremacy. Why wouldn't there be supreme when you are practically worshiping them by giving all your money, which is your power, to them? You go to some people's house, I have friends that you see shoe line up all over the room. They have like 40, 50 shoes. None of the shoes is from Africa. All these are designer labels from Europe. And yet they complain of racism. You see people buying phones. America is bad, but iPhone. You have to be thinking carefully. When you see the country that is doing things to harm your people, try to support other countries that are not doing the same thing. Most of my phones I use is Vevo. I don't buy iPhone. Not that I cannot buy iPhone. I don't just want to give my money to Mr. Apple, because I don't like many things they are doing in America, the way they are killing our people, shooting our people on the streets. I limit the stuff I buy from there, especially from the white businesses. I know why. I can buy good phones from better place. I look at Samsung. I used to use Samsung. I was in Korea. I saw how they treated me. Even China. So I look, I say, okay, you want me to give my money to these people? I will buy Vevo. I bought the latest one. It's even cheaper and can do whatever iPhone can do. We should be very careful the way we spend our money. People that are oppressing us, we should not be buying their product. This is what I'm trying to say. We should not be buying their products. We should be careful the way we spend our money. Okay, we should be very, very economical with our spending, very, very wise with our spending. This is important. For those people that are saying that we're waiting for one government, waiting, how many products are you patronizing from Africa? How many things are you doing? Nothing. All your products, everything in your house, from your parlor to your room to your, everything is from Europe, and yet you complain of white supremacy. The worst ones are the Christians. On Sunday, they will still go to church to give their spirituality and their money to the pastor that is praying against African spirituality every day, that is insulting African spirituality, calling it evil and demonic. You still giving your money to them. How can you be free? How can you be? You will never be free. You are a slave, body, spirit, and soul. You can never escape. This is the major problem. So we need to think how we are spending our money, which is your power, your economic power. Where are you directing the bulk of that power to as an individual? Okay, many things we can do. We can grow our private sector. If the public sector, the government is commercial, we can grow the private sector. Okay, if we are waiting for an African university to teach African history and spirituality, you go hold for them. It's only you that will teach it. Okay, it's only you that will teach it. This is why I teach these subjects, because no Nigerian university is teaching the subject I am teaching here. None of them will teach it. The educational curriculum in Nigeria is controlled by the neo-colonial, by Western puppets. Now them they control. So why you think they're going to teach what will empower our people? It's only you that will teach it to your people. That's why I stepped up. I see this major problem. You can step out too. I step out, I'm teaching people so that them too can be teaching other people around them. Okay, you get the point now. This is why I reduce the price. Doing this thing, you need to learn this stuff so that you can be doing. You don't need to wait for your government. You don't need to wait for it. They're not going to do anything. The best way to do something is to do it by yourself. And stop complaining. I don't complain. Do you see? I don't complain anymore. I do things. I go into the field. I actually try to do things. You should do the same thing. Okay, I feel happy when I spend money in Africa. I spend money. I boost the economy. I patronize. I feel very happy doing this. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. If I won't overspend, I don't see it as anything. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. The economy needs to grow. It needs to be stimulated. It needs to be activated. We need to be seeing things like this. Yet you will see some people come to my channel. They will not want to support me. They will go and buy product from somebody else. Then they will come and meet me on WhatsApp to be asking me how to use the product. This is what gets me angry many times. I dey sell something. You not buy am for my hand. You know see how they sell am no. You go buy am for another place. Then you come ask me how they use them. So you know what make I shop? You know what make I drink garri? You know what make I buy fuel for my motor? Abi, why I not go vex? Most time I go insult you. So you know where. Why you not ask the person that you bought it from how to use it? When you go and buy the product from somewhere else, why didn't you ask the seller, how do I use this product? They will tell you, but you didn't buy it from me. You're not coming to ask me how to use it. It doesn't make sense for me to help you because you didn't want to help me. You know what make I shop? So most times when these people tell me these things, I don't tell them anything. Okay? We need to be supporting each other. Now when wash hand, now it clean. So those people that are saying this and that Africa must be, what are you doing? You need to do something. Okay, we need to do something. We need to support you people that register for my program. You are actually helping me. I am also helping you. You are learning. I am learning. You are growing. I am growing. We grow together. We move together. Now, so life supposed to be. Okay, so this is what any individual, any African, any part of the world can be doing. This is the way they're supposed to be thinking. This is what they're supposed to be looking into. Okay, this is what they're supposed to be looking into. It's very, very important. It's very, very imperative. Okay, so another thing you can do again, if you have talents, use your talent. If you can sing, you can do anything. You want to use computer, you can invent stuff. Invent something, do something. Don't hide your talents. Use your talent to move the continent forward. If you are a musician, you are an artist, anything you can do, use it to showcase Africa in a positive life. use it to bring unity, use it to bring happiness, use it to bring hope, inspiration, empowerment to the African people. A lot of us has talents. They don't know how to use the talent to develop. You will see a lot of musicians that will be singing songs that we insult the continent, that we disparage the continent, or be living life that we this Negropean lifestyle, trying to let people know, African people know that they are higher than they are not on the same level anymore. They are not bigger than the continent. They are not rolling with white people. They have elevated. They have now moved to a suburban hood now. They are now having new white friends, white neighbors, everything white. Try to fit in. This is very, very wrong. You are not using your talent and your work to help anybody in Africa. You are just using it for selfish need. And the people you are running to as friends, they are not your friends. They are just sharks. They will not even respect you. They will only respect you when you are authentic. So when you have money, I have a lot of guys that go abroad, they start making money. They start trying to change and become more like Europeans. Instead of trying to showcase or use their wealth or their newfound status to promote Africa, they are not trying to blend into European lifestyle. Thereby, when you blend in, you just kill everything original about you. You cannot influence your people positively anymore. We have this kind of negative role models a lot in Africa. Some of them are rap stars, some of them are musicians, artists, actors. They don't know how to use their popularity, their fame to do anything positive to uplift Africa. So they are now Negropeans actually working to hate, to make their own people feel inferior. This is very wrong. A lot of Christians behave like this. Christianity thinks that it's all about killing your African culture and becoming more European. This is a bane of Christianity and Islam. So we should watch out for this. We should watch out for this kind of behavior. When you are famous, find a way to use your fame. Look at somebody like Akon. Look at what Akon is doing in Africa. I have been able to use his fame to actually make a positive impact on the continent, doing projects, actually doing real things. There's this other actor, I've forgotten his name. He's from UK. He's actually doing a lot of projects in Idris Elba. Look at that guy. He's actually using his fame and his popularity to do a lot of positive things for Africa. You can be like that. Use whatever you have. You don't need to become a millionaire. Any situation you are in, you can do something. You can do something. You don't need to be a millionaire. You may not even need to have a YouTube channel, but you can actually do something positive for the continent. Even if you are in prison, you can still do something. You can still talk good, give people hope. If you don't have anything to offer moral support. Whether you like it or not, we dey move forwards. Anything you can contribute, we must move forward. Do your own parts. Okay? That's what the matter just be. So we all have something to contribute to moving Africa forward. Okay, we have a role to play. We all have a role to play. What role are you playing? It is better than complaining, than blasting. This one not good, this one not good, this one not good. Nothing you are doing is the worst thing. So please stop whining and actually do something. Pick up what you can do. Pick up a pen, pick up a spade, pick up a piece of paper, a microphone. I don't care, but do something. Okay, so this is simple things we can do. Another thing again is a strategic partnership. Some of us that are living in Europe, living abroad, we can actually set up businesses, make partnership with positive companies that can be able to help us. I used to say we Africans, we need to partner with Russia and China in many things. There are so many things we don't have in Africa. A lot of African countries don't have any manufacturing base. We don't have it. We don't even have the capacity. We don't have the know-how. We need people that will teach our people those things in a large scale so that we can catch up quickly. We cannot all do everything by ourselves. The way it is now, we cannot stand on our own. The hawks are all around us. For those people saying that Africa does not need Russia, does not need China, does not need any strategic power, this is a major mistake. If we say we don't need anybody, another colonization is coming in because there's nobody to protect us. The Western world will just come again and they will just seize everything about you. We need to make strategic partnership with people for our own development so that when they see us in this thing, they cannot dare come in. Whether you like it or not, we are still growing. We are still like a teenager now with what they have done to us. Now, our legs is still currently broken. We are not healed yet. So we still need people to assist us how to work, especially in the field of technological innovation. How do we build jet engines, plane engines? How many African countries can do all these things? How do we build manufacturing line, even basic infrastructure like railways? How many of African countries can do all these things? We need to learn all this stuff from people that are willing to teach us. We have Russia, we have China. If the Western world have refused to teach us, people that are there will teach us. We cannot do it by ourselves. We have a lot of corrupt leaders. We need people that we actually need to partner up. They have their own interests, of course. Africa is the motherland, it is the throne. Whoever controls Africa controls the world. So we need to partner with the right people that will get the best benefit from. Not the ones that have been killing us since colonization, that they have nothing for us, and they have let us know that we got nothing for you, we are here to kill you. We should change partnership. Those people saying we should be on our own, I'm wondering how they are thinking. Do you really want us to move forward? How many African countries have a single submarine? No one African country have a single submarine. You they say make we do on our own. These people just walk over you overnight. You need to be thinking practically, even if you are a spiritualist. It goes with common sense. Common sense is not common. We need help from people, and we should not be ashamed to ask for help. We should not be too prideful or to ask for help. We should, when we need help, things that we don't know, we have lost the knowledge about, we can ask people, please, we need this thing, help us with this thing. Oh, we need them. We should not be ashamed. Okay, so with those people that are saying that we can stand, we are not yet up to that level in many African countries. I have been to a lot of African countries. We still get a lot of things to do. Besides, I don't count North African countries as African countries, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Algeria. All those ones, they're not be Africans. So. Now, Arabs, we can't stay here. They are, those lands they are living, they are stolen lands. It's our land. Those people are invaders. They are not Africans. So, no can't them join. They know their history. Read history, you will know. They know who they are. The Egyptians dead today. They are bloody Arabs. They are not, that is not their original lands. Okay? We not count those North Africa join. So make you know what in day. Another thing again, we need to learn African spirituality and history. We need to know it because they don't teach it in Africa. A lot of Africans have refused to learn their history and they want development. Until you know who you are, you can never be able to plan the best outcome of your future. You can never be able to even develop your own indigenous technology where you don't even know who you are, where you don't even know your history. It does not work like that. We must seek to make sure that we teach our history and spirituality to our people. Part of the reason I am here today, a lot of Africans don't know this stuff. Even me, my first 30 years, I didn't know African history. I was raised as a Christian. I didn't know anything until over 30 years. A lot of people now, we have elders, 60, 70, 80, they know nothing of African history and spirituality. They just be Mugu, Negropin, and they will die like that. This is serious thing we need to do. Teaching of our history and spirituality is very, very important and fundamental. So you need to learn this stuff to teach it. This is part of the reason I am teaching this stuff. No Nigerian university is teaching us. I don't know any African university that is teaching this stuff I am teaching on this channel. I don't know any of them. So you need to learn these things so that you can start teaching it too. There's a lot of opportunities here in teaching African history and spirituality. A lot of people don't know it. So you learning it, you are actually contributing, adding value to it. Because this value you are adding to it, you will teach other people. Many of you watching this channel, many of you in my program, you go finish the program one day. The aim of you finishing the program is to start teaching your stuff, open your shrine, start your own practice. You will still make money from it. Of course, you will charge people to teach them. So you are investing in the development and advancement of African spirituality. Okay? It's the good thing. Part of you learning this stuff, you are here to learn. We are learning together so that we can have a better future. The things they refuse to teach us in our universities, you are learning it here. The things they teach in their secret societies, you are learning it here. So you have nothing to lose. So you have everything to gain. So focus your mind. Learn this stuff very well. For those people that have not joined the program, join the program. Learn it so that you can teach your children. This is how we change Africa. It's not by carrying gun. It's not by saying that all white people must die. Forget about them. The way I live my life, I don't even think about, I don't even know if white people exist. I don't even know. They are not in my consciousness. They're not in my frame of reason. I don't regard them as anything. They have no single control towards around me. There's nothing they can do about me. They have no single control on me. I am not working for them. I'm not even living in their country. I'm not planning to even go there. I don't need anything from them. I am self-sufficient in spirit, in truth, everything. I don't need them for anything. They're not there. I need to see them. So they can do nothing. I don't even see them. You need to be like this. When you have this presence of mind, this self-love, this confidence in yourself, they will naturally disappear because you don't need them. This is why we need to be in Africa. When we have belief in ourselves, we patronizing ourselves, we see ourselves, we see God in our own image, they will naturally disappear. When you see them, they will only come and be begging you. Because that is what they naturally are. They have nothing. They came from nothing and they will amount to nothing. But it's you that is looking at them as something that is making them to feel important. You go to them, any little money you get, you buy their products. You go to their church, their religion. You subscribe to them. You think whatever they are so great, these nasty people. No. When I watch them for entertainment. Of course, I watch a lot of movies. I look them as things to entertain me. Not things to control me, not things that I want to aspire to. I treat them as entertainments. This is why I treat white people. Okay? Many times I bounce, if I see you white, I bounce you for my channel. I bounce them. Now them, they come subscribe, they use black people face, they come here. I don't even want to see them on this channel. I don't even want to see them here, to be honest. So you need to have this kind of mindset when you have a very powerful presence of mind. Africa needs to be like this. This is how we can grow and develop. So you need to learn this stuff and start teaching this stuff. There's things you can do, so many things you can do. Okay? Don't think that you have no power, you're waiting for one government, one criminal government. It's not going to work. Okay? So many things are happening. We cannot just wait for somebody to come to give us handouts. We cannot wait for it. We go do something. Anything when you feel do them. Okay? Anything you feel do them. Not wait for me. Don't wait for anybody. Learn this stuff. That's why I'm here. Learn it and start teaching it. Empower yourself. Empower your children. Who want to grow, who want to get sense, will get sense. Who want to be saved, will be saved. Okay? We have to believe in ourselves. Teaching of our history is very important. Okay? Teaching, educating ourselves is very, very important. Strategic partnership is very, very important. Promoting our product, even if it's fake or substandards. Many people say, oh, the guy is shining, no sharp rich, he not get classic studio. So therefore, I will not watch his channel. You dey Chris? The one we get classic studio, they tell you the truth. They tell you waiting day. They give you the raw facts. All these things now what you need to consider. Support each other. I support a lot of businesses. If I see you, if I go anywhere, I see two business, I see African business, I see foreign. I first go to the African one. They check it out. I check it out. When I see, say, if the standard is too low, the person is not actually trying, or is actually using it to kind of defraud people or cause problems, that is why I don't patronize it. I will patronize it first because I want it to grow. Many times I will go out to party, I will go to a restaurant, I will not see one African drink. Everything will be from, you see things from Scotland, you will see things from Spain, from France. You will not see one single thing from Africa. I feel very bad. I feel very, very bad when I see this guy. But this is the reality. We must support each other. And there are things we can do. Okay? You cannot wait for the government. If I wait for government, I go do this, I go get this government. Which university want to teach African spirituality? It will never happen. You write proposal to all the ministry. No government will answer you. But write proposal for Christianity that is already there, they will answer you. Anything to promote Africa, they will not answer you. So you have to do it by yourself. Okay? So please start doing something today. Enough talk. You need the talk, you need the full buckets. Okay? So no complaining, please. We should not be complaining. We must actually be active. We should be proactive. Start doing something today. Most of us, we spend too much money in European stuff. Those phones you buying, you see these people oppressing you, you see buying their product, buying their cars. Why don't you buy cars from people that are not oppressing you? Why don't you patronize products from people that are not planning to kill you, that are not sending terrorists to your country? Try to change your mindset. We are giving them too much money to kill us. And they are addicted to this now. They don't want it to stop. So please, we need to focus on buying African products. This is how our economy will grow. Support black businesses. Even if it's substandard, support it. It will be standard one day. This is the way China started. Okay, anybody run you down, people that be talking trash, they don't know anything. Let them talk. Okay, many of them not get sense. So please, I hope that you can be able to see reason with this little thing that I have said today. Okay, so this is basically what I have to say on this issue. Questions and comments are welcome. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell close to the subscribe button. For my people, I'm pleased to announce now that I have a Facebook or page now, Afro Scientific Spirituality. I officially have a Facebook page. If you want to support is just a new page. You can add or like or just share a few videos out there, but it will grow with time. Then if you want to practice African spirituality, my website is still here, River of Knowledge. This is a one-stop shop for learning true African spirituality knowledge on the internet. I have a lot of resources. This is the best place. You're going to learn a lot of things on this my channel. This is where you need to be. There's no other channel like this in the whole of West Africa, and we are still moving. We can only move forward. So please support my business too. I'm not gonna lie. Support me. Buy my product. I sell spiritual products, original one, active one. I sell products. I sell herbs. Support me too. Make I still grow. Show me your business. I go still support you too. Okay, that's what we go to do. Then register for my program if you want to learn. I go teach you all what you need to know. Also support too. I go still talk my own. Then if you want to read my book on quantum physics and African spirituality, it's a very good book. It has explained so many things. You need to read that book. I am currently writing a new one that will also be very, very powerful too. Then if you want to do your spell works, your X's, your packs, 9 yards, oracle readings, all those one, all of the showing. I do all those one for this channel. So apart from that, I thank you very much for those people that have been here with me from the beginning. I greet you now well, and I will see you now in the next video. So take care and bye. Peace.